Welcome back to the Chaos. So we're out here in the Chaos garage today and just doing a little update because I feel like we're kind of black and blue. Some of the cars have been banged up and down for the count for the last little bit. So we're just gonna go through, we're gonna give updates on the Z, the Mustang, and then Slam's Camaro. So I believe we got a little update on all three of the cars. First things first, for the Z, we got the front bumper wrapped. So we did the 3 black accents. So we got our grill insert here and then the 2 tips on each side. So originally the plan was to do a semi-gloss or like a flat black, but ended up doing the gloss black, and I think it really flows with like the actual grill itself and then some of the other black accents on the car. And with this AMS GT front bumper, I see a lot of people, like the most common, I think, thing to do is kind of wrap this, what I was calling like the chin before. And I like that, but I think I like this better. It kind of stands out a little more. I'm gonna do my best to film this part, but it's extremely dark in the Z, and especially one-handed, it's gonna be interesting. But I've got some Velcro that my amp rack is actually loose. So I'm gonna try to secure it. So basically the way that the amp is set up, there's the wall, and then the amp rack, or the amp is actually mounted to like the rack itself, which is a piece of fiberglass. And then that piece of fiberglass just keeps tilting forward, and then there's a mesh grill in front of the fiberglass that the amp is actually mounted to. So there's basically like 3 layers. So I'm gonna try to secure the very back, the stable portion, like the wall essentially, to the fiberglass portion that the amp is mounted to. So I'm gonna try to put some Velcro between those two and prevent that fiberglass from flopping back and forth between the wall and the grill. So we'll see how it turns out. We're gonna remove this mesh grill because it should just kind of pop out. But the problem is the amp rack in here, it's just being held on through pressure. So what we're gonna do, I've got some Velcro. I'm trying to see if we can't Velcro it and prevent the problem of the amp kind of flopping back and forth. So it's gonna be hard to tell, but I can get my finger up under this grill and just kind of pull and wiggle, and it should just pop out. I mean, it's in there really good. The Z's so tight up for space, but you can see the back of like the amp rack, and then the amp is just bolted to this piece. I think it's like fiberglass, but the idea I'm thinking about is putting Velcro on here and on the back of this to hopefully keep it from flopping. I'm gonna take the Velcro and just kind of size it up and just put a strip across here. Now hopefully when we push it back up, it'll meet and hold this Velcro. I think that's better. So as long as, because before there's this little lip and it would kind of slide, this plexiglass and like the amp itself kind of slide along this edge. So I'm turning the car on, make sure the amp is, everything's still hooked in good and solid. Double check all the connections, make sure everything works like it's supposed to, but hopefully that'll keep the flopping, and then we'll put the grill back on. So I got it all put back together, and really this grill piece, it just pushes in, and that's just kind of wedged up in there. So, but hopefully with that Velcro on the back side of the amp rack inside. That's what kind of kept flopping, so hopefully that'll fix that. So there's only way to find that out is when I actually go down the road, but can't be any worse. Next up on the list of falling is the Mustang. And for a quick rundown, in case you didn't see the video, we were on the way, just started our trip to the mountains, day one, and something flew off the back of a truck, hit the passenger side front quarter panel, did it all in, kind of put a damper on things, but we're back better than ever. Took it to Caliber Collision, and the reason I took it there, so one of my buddies that I've known since high school, he's probably been painting cars since he was 8 years old. I don't know. His dad was actually a painter, and so he kind of inherited it from him, but that's why I wanted to paint the car, because I knew he would get it spot on. So we got the car back. It's looking good. So it was this front quarter panel that was messed up, and so it was smashed in all in this area. So it bowed like the inner fender liner out. But we got it back, looking good. Fender liner is good to go again. The paint is spot on. No orange peel, no blemishes, which I didn't expect there to be because that's my go-to paint guy. So he knocked it out of the park. So it looks amazing. Hate it happened, but it's life. It is what it is. So we're good to go. Car's back looking pristine. So the second issue we had run into on our trip was this driver's side exhaust pipe. The tips on it had fallen off, and so we kept zip tying them back. Ended up just having to tighten, you can see that exhaust clamp there. Loosen that up, slid the exhaust out, was able to get it back on the hanger. You can still see my zip ties where I'd fixed it before, remnants of that. But got it back on the hanger, tightened screw down on that, and voila, we got a fixed exhaust again. And last but not least, Slam's Camaro. So the LT1 strikes again. It's the OptiSpark. So the distributor went out. So we've actually got the car torn apart. I don't know if you've seen it in the back of the videos for a while, but just been collecting parts in order to fix the car. So we got everything we need. So this car should be back on the road soon. And I feel bad because Slam hadn't had the car very long before it started giving the symptoms. It started misfiring, and it was only a matter of time before I left us dead on the side of the road. So typical LT1 style, but got an MSD Opti that'll go in it. So that's to come, but I just kind of wanted to update you all and let you know the status of some of the cars out here in the Chaos Garage. So they're slowly piecing them back together. If we can stop wrecking things or breaking stuff, then we can finally move forward with some new mods. But we'll keep you updated. So I appreciate you all watching. Please like and subscribe. Catch you in the next one.